All right, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome and thank you for joining us for the Delray Beach Public Library's online resume workshops, part of our Technology Training and Innovation Lab webinar series.
Today's agenda is going to start with what makes a good resume, how to format your resume, the layout, some do's and don'ts, and then accomplishment statements and summary statements. So, what makes a good resume? You want to make sure that it's easy to read. It clearly states your skills, knowledge, and expertise in a concise manner. It shows your accomplishments in numbers. It grabs the reader's attention. It encourages questions for your interview, and it gives some visibility for after the interview. So when they go back and look at it, it makes you stand out. So formatting. Normally in almost any paper or anything that letter that you're gonna write using word processing program is gonna have standard 1-inch margins. Sometimes there's a lot of things that you wanna write on your resume or that you wanna include. So you can always shorten your margins if you need to, but we usually suggest not going more than 1/2 inch around because then you do lose the border and it kind of looks a little straggly that way. Not to use less than 11-point font. So here are some examples of how the font would look on the printed page, and you can see if you use less than 11, it starts to get really small and people might have a hard time reading that. Use numbers instead of spelling out number names. So use the numbers 2 and 5 for 25 and not spelling out 25. It also saves space for you. So if there are a lot of things that you want to include on there, numbers help shorten what you want to say. Use bullet points instead of writing a paragraph. Use dollar signs instead of spelling out the word dollar. Make sure you use appropriate punctuation, plurals and tenses, capitalization. So for example, when you're writing your address and you write Florida, you want to make sure that FL is in capitals for both letters. Use summary statements instead of an objective, which we'll talk about towards the end, and avoid using jargon or acronyms. Depending on the position that you're applying for, they might not understand the words that you're trying to say. Most people like to see a reverse chronological order layout on your resume, which means the most recent job experience is going to be on the top. It's also recommended that you don't go back more than 10 years. Some people have a little bit of a hard time with that, but at the end, we're going to explain to you how you can sign up for a one-on-one and follow-up on your resume, and we can help you narrow that down. You want to provide brief job descriptions with your accomplishment statements, which we'll get into in a little bit. And those are going to be numbers and statistics and things that you did at your job, not just your job description. And then you want to list important education, trainings, and certifications that you have. Tips. At your current position, keep a list of accomplishments. So this is something I do every year for my evaluation. Every September or October, I start a new document on my computer, and every time I do something or create something that's worthy of going on to my evaluation, I type it up there. And then when my supervisor asks for it in August, September, I email her back almost immediately with my whole list of things that I've done, and it helps her out in doing my evaluation. What are you most proud of at your job? Again, using numbers and facts, and also how you phrase things. So for an example, does a 3% increase sound better or worse than a $1 million increase? The $1 million sounds like a really big number. So it's only 3% of whatever this person is talking about, but $1 million sounds more. So that's a better word to use or better phrasing to use. Spell check. Multiple times use spell check. Have somebody else read it. Make sure that you're using the right there, or to, because even if you spell them right, most word processors are not going to realize that you used the wrong one. And one of my favorite things is reading things out loud, because sometimes my fingers type faster than my brain, or my brain goes faster than my fingers. So sometimes when I read it out loud, I can realize that I missed a word that I automatically put in when I read it to myself. So by reading it out loud, I catch all of those little nuances. Create a master resume that you can tweak for each potential employer. So if you create a master resume that has all of your previous work history on it, all you'll have to do is update maybe your most recent one or update your summary statement to apply for the job, like, what am I trying to say? The job announcement that you're replying to, you can tweak that summary statement to what they're looking for. And you want to try and keep your resume to one page. Sometimes you need more, you just need a second page, especially if it's for a more technical job or if you have a lot of technical experience and things like that. That's where using using state abbreviations is good. Using numbers instead of writing out the numbers, it saves you space. If you really need more than one page, make sure you go over everything with a fine-tooth comb to make sure it's really relevant to what you're applying for. And then for an example, so an example of a well-formatted and layout resume would be here. And you can see name, address, phone number, contact at the top, summary statement that has a couple of important bullets, and then work experience. Notice how the years are on the right side and the formatting for the jobs are both the same. So you have the name of the company, the city and state, and then the job title, and they're formatted the same. So corporation, company name is bolded, the city and state is not, and then the title is bolded and underlined. That's important too. I've seen a lot of people come in wanting to print things out and I go, can I fix this really quick for you? To make sure everything is all uniform. Underneath you have training and education. So associate's degree, Central State Community College, a couple of certifications, and any technical knowledge. You could also put like your computer experience. So proficient in Microsoft Word or Microsoft Office or Adobe or whatever it happens to be. So accomplishment statements. These are the things that you are going to use not in addition to, but in kind of instead of your job description. So list the important accomplishments first, results or benefits that were due to your work, actions, impacts, and results that you took to achieve those things. Be as specific as possible and be able to defend them. So for me, I would say I created and implemented a new technology program. We created 20 new computer classes in 1 year, and we increased enrollment by 30%, whatever those numbers happen to be. Listed under each job, including concrete examples, state the benefit to the employer and then what you did to make it happen. So for example, increase profits by 10% by eliminating unnecessary paperwork, or reduce time on a service call by 15% by dispatching technicians geographically. Broke 2 sales records in 4 months by setting measurable goals for the 27 sales representatives. And you want to use strong action words. This slide contains a link. That C list is a link to a page that has action words on it that can help you. So instead of responsible for assigning work, directed a team of 3 to complete projects on time. It just sounds better. Learned computer skills. Developed and strengthened computer skills using Microsoft programs. Resource for several other employees for learning equipment. Provided ongoing training for 3 employees and efficient use of new machine. Quantify things whenever possible. So you want to not just say reduced average cost of inventory, but reduce the average cost of parts inventory by $11,000. Achieved 98% customer satisfaction through quality control efforts. Adding those numbers gives you facts to put on your accomplishment statement. And you want to make sure that you look at your resume with a critical eye. Do statements begin with an action word? Are there a variety of verbs? That's where this page of verbs is going to come in helpful for you. Is it concise? Have you eliminated unnecessary words? Make sure that it's not too wordy. Have you quantified everything? Are statements clear and true? And have I listed the most important accomplishments first? A lot of times people start at the top, and by the time they get to the bottom, they stop reading what it is that's on there. So having most successful things at the top is best. Now, summary statement. Your summary statement is a brief overview of your qualifications, usually placed at the top of your resume after your name, address, phone number, and includes a recap of what the reader will see on your resume using a few keywords. So for example, 10 years of experience as a manager of a construction crew, the first employee to receive recognition for whatever that happens to be, that you were awarded Employee of the Month out of 94 employees, 2 months and 1 year. 4 years as sales manager, breaking sales records in 2 of those, or supervised a crew of 37 people. Those are summary statements. So instead of an objective statement stating what you're looking for, you want to use a summary statement of things that you've accomplished throughout your career. Be careful of taking up valuable resume real estate with generic descriptions such as great communication skills, team player, proven track record. Those things you can cover in a cover letter when you're responding to the job announcement. So what's next? We're going to offer one-on-one appointments through Zoom with a reference librarian. We're going to do it on Fridays, which would be tomorrow, anytime between 10:30 and 3:30. So they're going to be in 30-minute time slots. You can email us your resume at reference@delraylibrary.org and we'll help you format it. There are career and resume coaches through BrainFuse Job Now, which we subscribe to. So we recommend, after you've helped formatted it, or if you don't need help formatting it, you can submit it through BrainFuse Job Now, and you can get feedback within 24 to 48 hours on the summary statements and accomplishment statements on your resume. You can contact us at reference@delraylibrary.org for a second follow-up conference at a mutually convenient time, if necessary, after you get it back from BrainFuse.
The BrainFuse Job Now. So you will go to the Delray Library website, and on so this is the top. You scroll down, and on the carousel right here, you can scroll until you find BrainFuse Job Now. When you click there, it's going to ask you to put in your library card number, and then you hit next. I don't think it asks for a PIN, but it never hurts to have your PIN available. And then it brings you to a page that looks like this, in which you're gonna need to log in. You will need to create a free account with them. The benefits of creating the account with them is that it allows you to, so this is the home page for Job Now. You can have a live interview coach. You can get interview tips, and there are online resources. You can have a live job coach help you with searching, applying, and preparing for jobs. And this is done all through the internet, and it's completely free. There are lots of other career assessments and job resources, but here is the most important, in my opinion, for somebody that needs immediate resume feedback. You can submit your resume to an expert via email. So you click there, you put in your username. It logged me out because it kind of like timed out. And when you log in, it allows you to upload a file from your computer. So you follow the prompts to upload the file. You can pick it up from wherever it is that you saved your resume, in which folder. And then you can type a message to ask maybe that you want them to focus on X part of your resume, and then you submit it. When you submit it, within 24 hours, they'll review it, get feedback, and send it back to you. And then within your message center right here, you will receive an email with the feedback that they're providing. So we highly recommend that you use this database and that you tell others that all you need is a library card. And if you didn't have a library card, we are offering a temporary card for 90 days. Because of COVID, as long as we are having this phase 1 and limited access, we're providing these free library cards to people. So so that you can benefit from this database right here.
Thank you for watching. For programming information and to sign up for a virtual library card, go to our website, delraylibrary.org. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more educational videos like this one. Like and follow us on social media.